All 6 competing states are represented in the finals of the 1983 Australian Amateur Boxing Championships. New South Wales has 6 finalists, Queensland 5, Western Australia and Victoria 4 each, South Australia 2 and Tasmania 1. 4 boxers who really impressed me in the semi-finals were in the flyweight division Geoffrey Fenech of New South Wales, Shane Knox of Queensland, a featherweight, Brian Tink of New South Wales, a light welter, and Ricky Finch of Queensland, a light middleweight. My co-commentator for these finals is Australian professional lightweight champion Barry Michael. Barry, what bouts in particular are you looking forward to?
Well, John, all those bouts that you suggested are going to be very interesting, but I think the lightweight clash between Dale Artango from Queensland and Roger Moore from Victoria should be an interesting fight, because I believe Artango's won his last 50 contests. He also beat Lester Ellis, who was one of our best amateurs. I think the fight between Brian Tink and Wolf Jensen will be one of the best, because Jensen has shown a lot of promise, even though Tink is undoubtedly the best amateur we've got in Australia at the moment. I'd also like to say that the flyweight that you suggested, Geoffrey Fenech, impresses me greatly, and I'm sure we're going to see a great flyweight final as well.
Any thoughts at this stage on who might win the Arthur Tunstall Trophy as the boxer of the series?
Well, at the moment, I think I'll reserve that judgment until I see these terrific fights that are coming up, John.
Well, you'll be hearing more from Barry Michael. And now to the first of our finals. And the first bout is the flyweight or 51 kilogram division. And the contestants in this competition are from Queensland and New South Wales. In the red corner, it's Michael Fry of Queensland. Michael Fry, only 20 years of age, the Queensland state title holder in this division. And his opponent from New South Wales is Geoffrey Fenech, one of the boxers who really impressed me in the semi-finals. Only 19 years of age, the New South Wales title holder, and competing for his first Australian championship. The referee for this competition is Mr. Ken Lee of Victoria. So it's Fenech of New South Wales in the blue against Fry of Queensland in the red. Round 1 of the Australian Flyweight Championship final. Fenech of New South Wales, a winner over Grant Richards of Victoria in his semi-final. Richards having represented Australia in the Commonwealth Games last year, so that was a very good win indeed by young Fenech of New South Wales. Fry of Queensland stopped David Jackson of Tasmania in his semi-final bout. And there's going to be plenty of action in this contest. The boys have only three-minute rounds in which to score the points. And in amateur boxing, of course, points are scored with clean hits with a knuckle part of the glove to the front and sides of the head and front and sides of the body above the belt.
Beautiful left hand work by Fenech there, John.
Yes, he's a very snappy punch with that left hand.
Nice right cross there.
Well, that's a nice right and another right too by Fry. Two good punches there by Fry.
I think Fenech holds that head up a little bit too high, John. He's very upright with his head.
Amateur bouts are scored by 5 judges. There are 2 on one side of the ring and 1 on each of the 3 other sides, all scoring the contest, and they award 20 points to the boxer they consider the winner of the round, and proportionately fewer to his opponent.
See, Fry's landed that right hand a number of times, John, and he shook Geoff Fenech the last time he landed. I think Geoff's got to pressure more and keep his opponent going backwards.
Fenech did get a good straight left through then, but Fry has scored with a couple of good rights. Both of those lefts taken on the gloves by the boxers. Fry took one on the face then, and another one from Fenech, but Fry scores 2.
Both fighters shaken then.
Yes.
Good exchange of punches.
Well, this looks like being a very good opening to the Australian Boxing Championship finals. Another good right then from Fry.
Yes,
came back though.
I'm surprised that Geoff Fenech is getting hit with so many of them right hands. He should be getting under those by now. He might still be a little cold, John.
Oh, and Fenech scored with a good right and then got a left into the body. Nice rip. was no light flyweight contest in this year's championships. There was only one entrant in the light flyweight division this year. That was John Sutherland of New South Wales. And so no medals will be awarded. There was no competition in the light flyweight division.
Good left hand work from Fenech.
Fenech scores again with a left.
Nice left jab.
And a fairly even round, I would think.
Not a great deal, no. I think maybe Fenech shaded that round, John.
It's round 2 of the first final, the flyweight championship final, between Fenech of New South Wales in the blue and Fry of Queensland. Both these boys impressive in their semi-finals. And after a fairly even first round, this is anybody's contest. Queenslander Fry, takes another solid left to the face. Forced back to the ropes. The referee calls break. And Fenech goes in again with rights and lefts. Fry in trouble. The referee calls break. And he again warns the Queenslander for holding the right hand of Fenech. Fenech to the body from Fenech, and he dances away. Waits the opportunity. Takes a light left to the face, but then lands one himself. Good straight left from Fenech, and another. Fenech looking good in round 2. After a very close first round. And another great left, and another by Fenech. And again, the referee cautions the Queenslander for holding, and that was the third caution. It's a wonder it didn't bring a warning. But there's the bell for the end of round 2, and a good round for Jeffrey Fenech of New South Wales. The third and final round of the flyweight championship final between Jeffrey Fenech of New South Wales in the blue singlet and Michael Fry of Queensland. Fenech in front on points after 2 very good rounds. The first round pretty even, but the second round definitely taken by Fenech, who landed some good punches with both hands, and blood was flowing freely from the nose of the Queenslander. Fenech, very promising young fellow indeed, 19 years of age. Had a great win in his semi-final over Grant Richards, the Australian Commonwealth Games representative in this division. The referee having stopped that contest in round 3. Fenech up on his toes, looking confident, looking good. Queenslander still throwing punches, but not too many of them finding the mark, and Fenech goes after his man. And he's landed some good punches in that flurry. Scored the points in that exchange. Fenech again lands with a right to the head. Left to the head at least. Good straight punching from Fenech. And again sticks 2 left hands in the face of the Queenslander.
The Queenslander's getting caught more and more as the fights progressed, John. That left hand's landing continuously.
It's like a piston, isn't it?
It is.
Very good punching by, another good right and left by the New South Walesman. Good combination punching.
Queenslander was shaken then.
Queenslander was in trouble in round 2, and he's in trouble again as Fenech goes after him. Fenech of New South Wales on top of this contest in round 3. Minute and a half to go.
I think Fenech could finish him off if he really put the pressure on John. If he just walks up and lets them two-handed combinations go, I think the Queenslander might fold.
Both reached out with the left, but both short of the mark. Fenech took a light right to the head, but now comes back with 2 lefts to the face. Good punches by Fenech.
Beautiful jabbing.
The blood coming again from the nose of the Queenslander, and again his head is jolted back with that left hand from Fenech, and a good right to the side of the head by Fenech.
Fry's holding on there.
Jeffrey Fenech of New South Wales in the blue. We're inside the last minute of this first final, the flyweight division. Jeffrey Fenech of New South Wales in the blue against Michael Fry of Queensland. And it's Fenech on top in this contest. After an even first round, Fenech has definitely been the master in rounds 2 and 3.
You notice that Fenech is not getting hit with as many as those right hands now, John.
No, he's certainly not.
Moving away from him quite well.
And he seems to have steadied down a little in the closing stages of this contest, but he landed a couple of good ones there. Another good right and a left to the face by Fenech. Good punching. Fenech of New South Wales in the blue. Not far from the end of the contest, and another right to the side of the head by Fenech. Not much time left. There's the bell. It's all over, and we'll await the judge's decision.
Very impressive performance by Jeffrey Fenech.
Well, here's some action in round 3 of that contest. Fenech of New South Wales in the blue against Fry of Queensland. The blood coming from the nose of the Queenslander, and Fenech scoring pretty consistently with both lefts and rights. Good punching from Fenech. Another
Beautiful
great
right hand.
left and right.
Australian flyweight champion, boxing out of the blue corner, Jeffrey Fenech, New South Wales.
So Jeffrey Fenech wins his first Australian title. Jeffrey Fenech of New South Wales is the Australian flyweight champion.